Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and this video is going to be slightly different. I'm going to be giving you an understanding of how much it costs to run a video production company, or at least one of our size. I'm going to be breaking down all of the costs and giving you a figure that we would expect it to cost us each year. Now, I'm not doing any of this to scare you, but just to give you an idea, for those of you who are trying to start your businesses and trying to grow them to the next level, how much you need to be roughly turning over in order to make it as successful as possible. So why don't we kick things off with the unit itself. Now, the unit itself costs us £12,000 a year. That's £1,000 per calendar month, but that doesn't include anything. We need to pay for bills on top of that, so that's our electricity, heating, internet, all of those lovely things, and that's going to be setting us back around about another £7,000 per year. And that's before we've even got into any of the creative side of things. But of course, you don't need to be working from a studio when you're first starting out, so you can certainly save yourself some money there. What I also didn't mention is that when we moved in, you get nothing but the 4 bare walls, so we need to put in the kitchen, the bathroom, and make it a really nice working environment for our team and for any clients. So we can easily expect to spend another £15,000 to £20,000 on that. But because that's not an ongoing yearly cost, that's something I'm not going to look at including in this video at the moment in time. Now, let's jump straight into the cameras themselves and all of the equipment we need to run our video production company. Right, so cameras, lenses, stabilization, lighting, and audio, how much do all of those things cost? Well, for cameras themselves, we would generally budget around about £10,000 per person. For that, we would expect to get maybe an A cam and a B cam, but I'm being very generous with this. Don't get me wrong, I know that some of them can cost hundreds of thousands of pounds, while others cost close to £3,000 or £4,000. But we would generally say, as a ballpark figure, around about £10,000 per person. Now, lenses, we're probably looking around about another £3,000 per person for a nice range of lenses, because don't forget, if you've got multiple people in your team, they're all going to need pretty much the same stuff. They're going to need a wide, some primes, some long lenses, so it's going to set you back a good few £1,000s. And what good is all of that camera tech if you haven't got anything to stabilize it? So when we move into tripods and stabilization systems, we're looking at another £1,000 per person. We've got a wide range of equipment here, such as Movi Pros, Ronins, Ronin S's, loads of super fancy tech, and most of the time it sits in a box. But to be fair, once we get a project that comes in, it's nice to just grab the boxes and take it with us rather than having to hire anything in. And the best thing is we've got the best clients first and then invested in the best equipment, so everything's paid for and we don't owe any money on anything. So you've got fancy cameras, lenses, stabilization, but how are you going to record the perfect interview? Well, you obviously need to invest in some audio equipment. So we would budget aside somewhere in the region of around about £600 for audio. Now, of course, it depends again what you get. We generally go with the Rode Filmmaker kit. I highly recommend it. We've tested it against the likes of Sennheiser, which is considerably more expensive, and it performs remarkably well. Now, we would normally get a couple of these packs as well as Zoom mics and things like that, but we're typically looking around about £600 per person. Finally, followed by lighting for your studio setups or your interview setups, and for that we're looking at £500 per person. Again, all of these figures will fluctuate depending on what type of equipment you want or what type of industries you're actually in, but this just gives you an idea of what we have in our production company right now. I almost forgot this bloody great big cove behind us. So we did this on a budget because all of the team here helped us build it and put it together. So it ended up costing us around about £1,500. Now, if we were going to ask someone else to build this for us, you're probably looking between £5,000 and £10,000, but I think we did a pretty good job, and it certainly serves the purpose. Of course, you've got all of your backdrops, all the things you might want to consider for studio hire or even photography rental services, but the cove on its own, £1,500. Now let's head upstairs and we'll take you through our editing suite and all of the costs associated with the post-production side of the business. So you can see it is amounting to quite a considerable sum already, and we haven't even talked about storage, Macs PCs, staffing, and all of those things that we're going to cover now. So let's start with our storage. So we've got 2 Synology NAS drives here, and we have one off-site, so we have always a dual backup here in the studio, and then should anything happen to the studio, we've got it backed up off-site as well. Now, for all of the terabytes of storage we have for the servers and the hard drives, that's going to set you back around about £5,000. This was actually a cost that we completely overlooked until we moved in here, and we were like, oh my God, yeah, we're going to probably need a proper server system. So that's what we've created, but it has cost us quite a bit. So Macs and PCs, we've got both here. We're starting to make the move to PC because we're actually getting a lot better performance when we export the footage. Roughly speaking, £7,000, which is quite a lot. But don't forget, we haven't just spent all of this money overnight. We've built this up over a period of time, over a couple of years, and that's why we're in the position we are now. So don't let any of this scare you. If you are starting your own video production business, it will all build up over a period of time. But let's not forget, staff. You're going to need people to work for you. If you've got a production company, you're going to need people running over here, there and everywhere, and that can easily go over £100,000 a year. And then you've got all of your miscellaneous stuff, your office chairs, your stationery, things to keep people happy. So I'd budget around another £500 per person for that. So all in all, for a team of 4 people running a video production company, you can be looking at around about £194,000. Now, some of those costs, admittedly, yes, they don't happen every single year, while others do, but it gives you a good insight into how much you need to be making to grow your video production company. If you've enjoyed this video, it's a little bit different to the other ones on our channel at the moment, then let me know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you like this kind of content, then maybe we'll do more vlogs and behind the scenes style stuff. But I'd like to give you a little bit of an insight into what actually it takes to run a video production company. Be sure to check out this video on the channel. It's doing really well right now. And until next time, peace.